Hello, it's Davy Mooney coming to you from the University of North Texas, where I run the jazz guitar program. I'm a Benedetto artist, Sunnyside Records artist. Way back, y'all. It's out there. Been doing some gigs. Well, I did a tour in South America and a little Mexico City tour. If you can call it a tour, I guess it's a tour. To me, it's all one big tour, you know, every gig. And getting ready to do some gigs here in the DFW, Texas area in the fall. Got some other Sunnyside records, 2 Mel Bay books, Personalizing Jazz Vocabulary, and Into the Labyrinth, An Anatomy of Position Playing for Jazz Guitar. And yeah, getting ready to start the fall 2023 semester over here at UNT. We've got a great crop of freshmen coming in. We just did the big, long, epic meeting yesterday and met the students, etc. That's not what I want to talk to you all about today. I want to talk about the tune In Your Own Sweet Way, which was written by Dave Brubeck and performed, I guess, most famously by Miles Davis on the record. What's his record called again? Workin'. Sometimes I get confused. Workin', Relaxin', Steamin', Cookin'. It was on Workin' in, I guess they recorded it in '56 or so, released in, I think, 1960. Wes Montgomery also recorded it on The Incredible Jazz Guitar of Wes Montgomery in, I guess, 1960 as well. And I know this song mostly through Steve Masakowski, as with many of these songs that I play. He recorded it on For Joe. I guess that came out in like 2000, but he used to play it on gigs all the time. And when I was a teenager in New Orleans, and I used to go to Snug Harbor on Tuesday nights and see Steve play trio, it's amazing. It was 2.5-hour sets of trio. That's a lot of trio. He would always play this song, and it's funny. In my mind, I always classified it with the tune Peace, Horace Silver. I guess mainly because they both starred with that 2/5 in G minor. And then they go to different places after that. But I don't know, somehow. And there's other sort of little maneuvers in the song that remind me of Peace a little bit too. But so it was originally recorded by Dave Brubeck, and I was doing my research before this video because, you know, it's like I knew Brubeck wrote it and I knew that Miles did it, and that was the version that sort of introduced it, I suppose, to the larger jazz community, but I'd never heard the Brubeck version. So it's a record called Brubeck Plays Brubeck, and it's a solo piano thing. And I mean, I first heard the song on the Wes Montgomery record, Incredible Jazz Guitar, and so I always thought of it as a ballad. And I guess I figured that the original version was a ballad, but Wes is the only one I've encountered. I'm sure there's other versions that I haven't heard, but where it's really like straight up ballad. The Miles one's kind of medium, slow swing. Brubeck, it's definitely got a little tempo to it. It's kind of difficult. He does so many interesting little inner voices and things. There's that sort of contrapuntal, voice-leading, classical thing going on, and I feel like there are extra bars here and there. It's kind of hard to determine exactly what. It's, you know, it's improvised, and there's extra bars and things in the song. The Miles version is really cool. Well, let me just go through the. I'll sort of talk about how I play the song, and then maybe talk about the different versions. And there's always those few spots where you're like, huh? Oh, they played that there? Oh, they don't play that. Why don't they play that? But basically, you've got a minor 2/5 in G minor. Although, you know, minor 2/5 right away, like a minor 7 flat 5 chord, wasn't always, you know, the coin of the realm. I feel like Brubeck is going. He's got like a moving line. I'm not convinced. I mean, the melody itself has that flat 5, so okay, it's a minor 7 flat 5, but there's A in the bass. So let's leave it at that. But it's always like, I kind of hesitate in the 1950s when we're talking about minor 7 flat 5 chords. Anyway, so minor 2/5 to G minor. And some people go to C7 there, but some people just hang on the G minor, and sometimes it's G minor major 7. Wes goes, he kind of goes from minor major 7 to minor 6, and then you have a 2/5 in B flat to B flat major to E flat major 7. So it starts off, it's kind of like Autumn Leaves in a way, like the bridge of Autumn Leaves anyway. And then you have this quick modulation to G flat, G flat major, so A flat flat minor 7, D flat 7, G flat major, B major, like a 4 chord. And then it's like a 5-1 back to B flat. Brubeck goes right to like an F7 sharp 9 to B flat major. It's funny, I was listening to that Miles version, and I swear I hear Paul Chambers playing an E flat, then playing a B, and then Miles goes to famously plays a sharp 11 instead of the 5th. The original version, the melody, and Wes's version. Well, does Wes go to the? No, I can't remember. Masakowski goes to the natural 5th, but Miles goes to the sharp 11. But I swear Paul Chambers is going E flat, B, B flat. So, but you know, a lot of people would play either a minor 7 flat 5, although the melody is that on A flat, or they would play like a C7 altered, which again is kind of like peace, you know, the way peace resolves. So that's the A section. And then the bridge, this was kind of tripped me out about the Miles version. I swear Miles goes E minor 7, A7, D minor, or D minor major 7. And I'm so used to hearing that chord be D major there, having it be a 2-5 to D major, that I almost like was second guessing my hearing. But then on the head out, I heard, and during Train takes 2 choruses, I don't know if I'm just so used to hearing D major that I was hearing D major there, or if, because in the bridge that happens twice. You get E minor 7, A7, D something, E minor 7, A7, D something. I was hearing that, I heard D major and D minor in there, and on the head out, I definitely heard them go D minor major 7 and then D major. So I don't know, but Wes goes, you know, that Tommy Flanagan plays the bridge part, and he plays E minor 7, A7, D major twice. Masakowski plays that. I believe Brubeck plays that. The Brubeck, there's so many inner lines and moving things, it's hard to say exactly what the chord symbols are. I definitely make it major both times. And then, this is kind of interesting, you have D minor, G7, sort of C, and then maybe A flat 7 to G7. Although Miles goes D minor 7, G7, kind of C major over E or C, and then E flat 7, there's an E flat 7 in there, and then A flat 7 to G7. And Wes also does that. He goes A flat 7, G7. And the Miles thing is interesting is they start the last A on a C minor. It's almost like the G7 is 5 of C minor to D7 to G minor. Of course, C minor with A in the bass is A minor 7 flat 5, or the famous minor 6 chord with the 6 in the bass that Dizzy and Thelonious Monk talk about. You know, it's the same. I think it's the same function, you know, more or less, subdominant. And then last A is the same thing. Oops. Is it that? Is it? Or is it? Something like that, some kind of 5-1, 2-5-1 to get to B flat major or B flat major 7 sharp 11. And then there's a little interlude, a little 8-bar interlude where Miles goes like A flat 7 sus, A flat 7 sharp 11, and then A flat 7. Two choruses on the song. Masakowski has a cool little guitar thing for that interlude that he starts the song with too, where he goes so like sus to dominant, and then this chord that's kind of cool, like kind of like an A flat minor minor 9-ish chord, little clustery thing. I thought that was cool. Exact. Wes has these really nice voicings. You know those ballads from Incredible Jazz Guitar have such specific like voice leading in the chords on the head, and I'm sure you can find that on YouTube. Someone's got the exact voicings. I like how sometimes he'll connect things with diminished chords, so you get like. I don't think that's exactly what he does on that side. But he has these really nice voice 4-note chords that he plays usually on the on the top 4 strings a lot of the time. Masakowski has those lower sort of maybe perhaps Lenny Bro influenced voicings that sound really cool under the melody. And in terms of playing on the tune, it's pretty functional harmony, right? 2-5 in G minor, 2-5 in B flat, 2-5 in G flat, 2-5 in B flat, with maybe a sharp 11, maybe the last 2-5 is a minor 7 flat 5. Bridge 2-5 to D twice, 2-5 to C, and the little turnaround A flat 7, G7. That you get on a million songs, right, in this kind of key area. It's sort of like the end of the bridge of what is this thing called Love. It's the end of the bridge of You and the Night and the Music, right? I think. I just feel like I come across that progression so often in tunes and so many different keys. I don't know, it's just kind of like a very common way to get out of the bridge of a jazz tune. And I just play my bop stuff. The song in the bridge, I don't do that E flat 7 chord. Maybe I'll start doing that because it's kind of fun, when you get to the part where it's D minor, G7, C major. I don't really play an E flat 7. I play C major, and then a lot of the time I'll go E flat minor, A flat 7, D minor, G7. And so forth. I feel real comfortable with that song. Kind of just a bunch of 2-5s, and it's a beautiful tune. I love those 3 versions. I like the Brubeck too, but particularly Wes, Incredible Jazz Guitar, such a great record. With the Heath brothers, Tootie and Albert Heath on bass and drums, Tommy Flanagan, some of Tommy Flanagan's most beautiful playing, and Wes, and then of course Masakowski playing that song for Joe with Bill Huntington and Johnny Vodakovich. So I'm going to play a couple choruses on it, 1 or 2, and yeah, hope you enjoy it, y'all.
Bye.